What's going on, gamers? So we know today's a huge day. Xbox is continuing to have an amazing year. Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered official reveal, right? So we had the live stream right here about an hour ago, but you don't want to do that when you can just go right here because then it puts all 19 minutes of what you need to see right here. So we're going to get into this. This is great. Looking forward to playing this today. I knew this was going to be happening. And Jeff Grubb was on the money, wasn't he? Now going over here to get a quick highlight, we see available now on Game Pass, PlayStation 5 and PC for $49.99, not $69. Very smart move by Bethesda because they're still independent, so they get to decide their prices, which I like. Developed by Virtuous and Bethesda Game Studios, running in Unreal Engine 5. So we see this is not just necessarily remaster. It is a remake, but they want to say remaster. Because you got to think about the jumping visuals. They ain't just grabbing the 360 game and maxing it out and they just remaster. No. This is a real next gen from the ground up remaster. Or, I mean, honestly, I think that sometimes, like, if you think about remaster, right? Let's say if somebody wanted to do a PS2 remaster and they just maxed out everything and changed around some stuff and it looks a little bit better. But then you see this, it's like, this is like a next gen upgrade. And it is, it's not this same remaster as you would think of like Sony remasters. No. This is actually a next gen jump. Because like I said, we're running in the Unreal Engine 5 from like almost 20 years ago compared to what they were running before. New lip sync technology, brand new models and environments, all story expansions included, improved and updated UI audio, updated leveling system from Oblivion and Skyrim, improved combat, animations, visual effects, hit reactions, sprint, proper third-person view, and replayability. That is sick, and I'm telling y'all, let's get ready to get into this trailer. Like, comment, subscribe, let me know what y'all think. Let's just give you a highlight. I'm excited. PONYS, get ready to eat again. All right, let's do this. Played so much of this game in the 360 era.
The others, they would take you to the tower. They're behind us. This ends here.
You hold our future in your hands. Take with you my blessings and the hope of the Empire.
You know, that voice is almost like he has that magical Gandalf voice. Around those times, too, in the early 2000s, Lord of the Rings was definitely something else.
Find him and close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
Get back to the shadow. This is great.
Here we are 20 years later.
Todd Howard.
When you think about the Elder Scrolls, to us it goes beyond game franchise.
Yeah, it's the DNA of Bethesda Game Studios.
Obviously, we're working on the 6th chapter here, but what's great about the Elder Scrolls is being able to look back at all of the chapters, Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, Daggerfall, Arena, and each of them try to define role-playing games and open-world games for their generation.
Fans got so connected with the worlds we've made and these stories we're telling, and it's really amazing.
Oblivion was a real defining moment in the series and for how we make games as a studio.
Hey, lying, Oblivion was something else. Man, I know y'all gonna have a blast. This game is so great. I love the magic and leveling system in Oblivion. You'll see what I mean by the perks, sneaking and everything. Like, there's something about that world that I really, really enjoyed.
I think when it comes to a remaster, we want people to feel the way they did then, but it's still a game of its time. You want to keep those bones in place. You want some of that old charm.
Yeah.
Coming back to Oblivion now with this tremendous visual update is absolutely amazing. It's the world I remember, but better.
There's so much there, both for the Elder Scrolls world and also this evolution of our games, I think is really, really important for people to take a look back at.
Looking back and seeing everything we've accomplished in the past 20 years and working with these people, like, it's really special.
Yeah, there are still quite a few people that I've worked with for that long, and it sort of gave me the warm fuzzies.
Oh my God, it's been 20 years? I think the thing that gets me the most is the music. Like, when you hear that music at the main menu, there's just like, there's this like flood of nostalgia.
Oblivion is the beginning of who I am. As an individual, as a game developer, it all starts with it.
I don't even think it took me till release to realize how big this was.
People loved it. Like, they loved it.
Such a key moment in our history of making games and the evolution of how we build these worlds, and having players be able to come back and experience that is really amazing.
19.
We had that really special moment of coming out into
right?
the world for the first time, what that meant to this game.
Every time we think about Oblivion, it's, what if we could give that moment to everybody again?
I was born 87 years ago. For 65 years, I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor.
Uh-oh. Yeah, could you imagine the mods in the works? We know people working on mods right now on PC. I can't wait. As you guys know, I got my stuff waiting right here. Oh, yeah.
That for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see.
What? What are you doing to me? Oh man, this looks great. Oh man, I can't wait to get in.
Whether you're reliving these moments or experiencing them for the first time, the world of Oblivion Remastered immediately looks and feels incredible.
Yes.
When we decided to remaster Oblivion, we were really picky about finding the right partner. From the very beginning of this project, we had one rule. We weren't going to do this if we weren't going to be able to do it right.
Good.
Our partners at Virtuous went above and beyond to bring our vision to life. The care and love they've poured into the Oblivion Remaster has been absolutely breathtaking.
Welcome to Paris, and welcome to Virtuous. Our team here has been hard at work delivering the best remastered Oblivion experience possible. We've worked with Bethesda Game Studios on other projects in the past, so we know what makes that team and their games special.
Yeah, Virtual Studios is good. When I saw that they were doing this remaster, which looks like a remake pretty much, I was like, okay, this game is in good hands, and I know they're going to work with them, and they're going to give them the time that they need, so I had good faith in that. Oh, man.
We wanted to make the remaster more friendly to gamers with modern hardware. This is Oblivion in its most complete form.
Yeah.
About time someone got here. Huzzah!
Oh, this looks so good.
Those familiar with only some Elder Scrolls lore will now be able to experience the events that set the stage for Skyrim. You embark on an epic journey to stop the Mythic Dawn cult.
The time of cleansing draws nigh.
From unleashing the Daedric Prince of Destruction.
What was the Oblivion Crisis? What happened to the previous Emperor of Cyrodiil? Why are there only 8 divines instead of 9? In addition to the core game, the remaster contains all add-ons, including story expansions, Shivering Isles, and Knights of the Nine, so you get the full experience.
On a personal level, it was really important to me to ensure that we're preserving the magic of the original experience.
Yes.
At the end of the day, we're all fans too.
This is a dream project for me, right? I'm a fan has been always a fan.
Well, I played Oblivion for perhaps 10,000 hours.
Oblivion was my first Elder Scrolls game, and it was one of the games that made me want to be a game developer.
The best way to describe it would be to call it a love letter.
Yeah, I mean, Oblivion's great.
You will find your own path, but there will be blood and death before the end.
The technology we used to create the original was cutting edge at the time, but tools have come a long way since then.
The original Oblivion is still the heart and soul of the remaster, but we use Unreal Engine 5 to help achieve all our visual goals. We think of the Oblivion game engine as the brain and Unreal 5 as the body. The brain drives all the world logic and gameplay, and the body brings to life the experience that players have loved for almost 20 years.
Right?
It's not just about pure fidelity. We knew we had to preserve the distinct style, making it as uniquely Oblivion as possible.
You had some people worried about that one brown screenshot too, and I told them, let's just wait and see how things launch. Because that was a thing that was going on the internet, definitely on Twitter. And I'm like, I don't think that's something to focus on. Let's just see the full reveal. Now we see that's nothing to worry about.
The brush opens a portal into the painting. You're stuck here like I am.
The Isles, a wonderful place. Good for a visit. Or eternity.
We've leveraged nearly every major feature from the latest version of Unreal 5.
Our goal was to push the visuals to the next level using the latest technologies.
Xbox butter. PONYS.
We created brand new, highly detailed character models and stunning landscapes that use millions of polygons.
Looks great.
In each asset, allowing us a truly impressive level of detail in the world. Every single asset in this game was completely redesigned and handcrafted from scratch. We implemented an advanced real-time lighting system that accurately simulates how light interacts with the environment. This results in more realistic lighting and atmospheric effects. While the original game had limited dynamic shadows, now the entire world reacts naturally to light. We used an incredible new lip sync technology that really enhanced performance in our characters.
He left us a warning. Heed it!
And real tools helped us create the base mesh of our characters. From there, our artists sculpt each race individually to adapt it to the mesh, allowing us to share the model, rig, and textures. As a result, all races, including Argonians, Orcs, and Khajiits, are built on the same base mesh, making the lip sync system more effective even when the characters have very different facial features.
Welcome to the Guild.
We have access to so many modern rendering features. You'll see them in something as simple as running through a forest. Insects flying around, fish swimming in the water, light filtering through the leaves. Thanks to these technological advances, you feel even more immersed in this living, breathing world. You'll really believe you're in Cyrodiil.
I believe you can handle a more complicated assignment. I would like you to retrieve a carved panel from the central chamber of the High Fane.
It's not just visuals that we've modernized in the remaster. It's gameplay.
This looks great.
It's UI and UX. It's audio. We've updated features and systems across the board.
We've changed the approach to leveling, which I think will make a lot of people happy. It's inspired by the leveling systems of both Oblivion and Skyrim, so it's the best of both worlds.
That's so cool.
We were able to fully recreate the character models, creating a physicality that feels more human. You see that in places like combat animations. There's a lot more separation between the upper and lower body, and all the animations have more flourish.
This is
combat in
amazing.
the original Oblivion didn't have sound effects, visual effects, or hit reactions. Now you'll get blood splatters, sparks, and controller feedback. We know it's a little thing, but little things add up to make the combat more modern and engaging.
There's a proper third-person perspective now. The original had third-person, but there was no crosshair, and we felt the experience could be modernized. One of our goals was to have a third-person view that compared to Starfield in terms of playability. Now, the third-person perspective has all the same control you get from the first-person view.
You have my ear, citizen.
When Oblivion first launched,
greetings. How goes it? How are you?
Disk storage limits meant we couldn't have unique voiceovers for all the races. So we've gone back and recorded new lines of dialogue. Each race represented in the game now sounds unique.
Can't stand the sight of those creatures.
We also made sure to keep in all of the quirkier dialogue.
I really like the way they say hello. Sometimes it's so random, and then they just, hi there.
Hi there.
But it's like so nice and creepy at the same time.
Stop! You violated the law.
Stop! You violated the law.
Stop, criminal scum.
Stop right there, criminal scum.
Another funny thing is pickpocket. They say funny stuff like that, like you would hear over in Europe or in the UK. This is great, though. Let me know what you guys think. I'm very excited to see this. I will be playing a lot of this. Man, what a year for Game Pass, right? Absolutely insane. It's great seeing Microsoft have a breakout year like this, and gamers eating well, and people, you know, in the pony world, like, you know, right here, Reforged Gaming, who's playing live right now with 3,000-something people, which I'm kind of laughing at. But yeah, let's get this up and going. Let me know what y'all think. Like I said, $49.99. What a deal. See, it's because they want to do that. All right, y'all. Peace. Have a great day. Enjoy this game. Let me know how y'all feel for y'all first time playing it. I'm glad for people that are going to be able to do that. This is a great game. I'm looking forward to getting into it. All right, y'all. Later.